We expect sugar in dessert, but the daily load often comes from sources considered healthy: morning juices, hidden syrups, and afternoon chai and biscuits. This constant intake forces the body into a loop. You experience a rapid glucose spike, followed almost immediately by a sharp insulin crash. This chart of a typical day shows the result. Instead of a steady baseline of energy, the body navigates these erratic peaks and valleys. This cycle creates chronic fatigue and accelerates the internal processes of metabolic dysfunction. The 30-day no-sugar challenge functions as a complete biological factory reset, prioritizing systemic healing over simple weight loss. It raises a specific question: what happens to your brain, blood, and organs when you remove all added sugar for 720 consecutive hours? Stopping sugar intake creates a systemic shock. It forces the body to abandon its primary fuel dependency and begin internal rewiring. The first 3 to 7 days are the most difficult for the brain. It has become reliant on regular dopamine hits triggered by sugar consumption, and the sudden cutoff causes a neurological reaction. You will likely experience physical symptoms during this phase: intense headaches, physical fatigue, and a persistent sense of brain fog. These symptoms are the result of the liver and brain aggressively trying to find a new energy source. They are recalibrating to a system that no longer provides a constant supply of easy glucose. This physiological crash represents the biochemical friction of a system rebooting its primary fuel source. Between days 8 and 14, the energy swings begin to disappear. The characteristic 3 p.m. crash stops being a part of your daily routine. This happens because your blood sugar levels have finally transitioned into a stable, gently undulating rhythm. Your metabolism has shifted. Your body is no longer waiting for an external sugar spike. It is successfully converting stored fat into a continuous, reliable stream of energy. This stability provides secondary benefits. With the chemical roller coaster over, circadian sleep cycles deepen, and cognitive focus becomes much sharper. By ending the reliance on external glucose, the body reclaims control over its internal energy production and daily rhythms. In week 3, insulin levels drop to a new baseline. This causes a decrease in a growth-regulating hormone known as IGF-1. When IGF-1 levels drop, it signals the skin to reduce sebum production. This change in oil levels often leads to a rapid clearing of the skin. This is when the body addresses glycation. Sugar molecules bind to proteins, creating advanced glycation end products that damage the skin's architecture. These compounds make collagen stiff. Removing sugar stops new ages, allowing the protein lattice to regain its flexibility. The visible improvements in your complexion are evidence that you have slowed the internal chemical reactions that degrade your cellular structure. Between days 22 and 30, healing reaches the organ level. The liver begins to actively metabolize fat stores accumulated from processing years of excess fructose. This leads to restored insulin sensitivity. In a resistant state, cell receptors ignore signals to absorb nutrients, even when insulin is abundant. As sensitivity returns, receptors become efficient. Your pancreas stops overproducing the hormone, and cells absorb nutrients with much lower insulin levels. By the end of the month, the endocrine system has downregulated. It has moved from a state of constant emergency back to its efficient factory settings. On day 30, your taste buds have biologically reset. Because of this change, your brain will now perceive high levels of sugar as overwhelmingly sweet. The gut microbiome also undergoes a shift. This Petri dish visualization shows the sugar-loving bacteria being starved out, allowing beneficial, fiber-loving bacteria to repopulate and stabilize the environment. Completing this reset doesn't require you to avoid complex carbohydrates indefinitely. Foods like rice and fruit remain valuable sources of fuel. You can maintain this baseline through metabolic management. By pairing complex carbs with protein and fiber, you buffer the digestion process and prevent the return of glucose spikes. The 30-day challenge provides the biological foundation to break a cycle of dependency, offering a functional roadmap for sustained metabolic health.